Importance of planning. You would have seen many movies. So in that movies, you might have seen some scenes like board meeting, like advertisements or political planning. Did you see the movie LKG? So in this movie, some scenes will be there discussing about politics. Some team will be there especially to plan about the politics, isn't it? At the same, did you see the movie Guru? Abhishek Bachchan and Aishwarya Rai. So in this movie, will teach you about company-oriented planning, annual planning. Likewise, if you take Government of India, we will plan Niti Aayog, 5 years once, 5 year plans, 5 year plans. Nowadays, the name is changed, Niti Aayog. And yearly planning, state budgets. So everything we are having planning. Very well planned activity leads to great success. You itself say one side you can have planned activity and another side you can have unplanned activity. So which will lead to great success? Definitely planned activity only, because planned activity reduces uncertainty and it gives directions, isn't it? And it reduces the risk also, and it leads to forecast the futures, what will happen. Let's discuss one by one. First one, the importance of planning. The first topic is planning provides direction, where you are, where you want to go. So if you planned that activity, you can go that particular place correctly without overlapping and wasteful time. Let's discuss. Planning provide direction. By stating in advance how work is to be done, how the work is to be done, planning provides direction for action. Planning ensures that the goals or objectives are clearly stated. Planning ensures that the goals or objectives clearly stated. If we have no plan, what are you going to do? They should take an organization. No plan in organization. Employee don't know about company's target and planned activity. No work is assigned to employees. What they will do? They will waste the time, and different employees will think in different manners. They will not achieve the target. They will do as their own. It leads to great failure, isn't it? So the planning ensures that the goals or objectives are clearly stated. It has to be stated very clearly. This is your work. This is your target. So within this prescribed time, you have to attain this target. Like this, if you take a school, the very well planned activity will be gone. You might have seen many places, not only in schools, not only in companies. Almost all the organizations have to plan. Even Indian governments also running through plans only. Not only Indian government, all over the world. So plan is that much very important. That planned activity, how to tell to that particular people clearly, this is your target, particular target, divided target. So you have to attain this target within this month and within this week, whatever it is, so that they act as a guide for deciding what action should be taken and in which direction. If we stated that clearly, this is your work, this is your goal, they will do that, and that leads to the direction, and they will do their goal in action. If goals are well defined, employees are aware of what the organization has to do and what they must do to achieve these goals. If employees clearly stated that the employee's goal is this only, so these many employees we are having, these are the departments: manufacturing department, packing department, selling department, R&D department, financing department, packing department, and marketing department, R&D, whatever it is. So that goals and aims, targets splitted departmental wise, even employee wise. If they have assigned the duties, if it is clearly stated, employee knows clearly this is the organizational objectives and they have given this work to us. So this is very important. Within this prescribed time, we have to complete it, isn't it? They must do, achieve it. Departments and individuals in an organization are able to work in coordination, definitely. If they have planned correctly, coordination will come. As we have discussed already, planning is the first function, primary function in the management. Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. This planning leads to coordination, isn't it? So in a particular department, all the workers will coordinate and they will do the work. They will cooperate to their higher officials. Higher officials will receive that authority and responsibility from the top level management, and finally they are accountable to them. So top level management assign duties for a manager, particular departmental manager. For an example, you take manufacturing department. Within 1 month, they have to manufacture at least 300 number of quantities products. So this is a target for manufacturing department. 300 cars they have to manufacture within a month. In this situation, they have given 1,000 number of employees and modern technologies, German technologies and Japanese technologies, American, Russian technologies also. But goal is well defined already. In this situation, they received that authority and responsibility from top level management. Finally, they are accountable to their higher officials. So they will lead. That coordination will come. Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, everything will be included in it. So planning is the first step. That goal should be clearly stated, and it leads to coordination. If there was no planning, if there is no planning, employees would be working in different directions. Yes, of course, employees have to do something in an organization that will be watched. But there is no coordination, there is no planning, means what will happen? Employees will do their own, not able to achieve the desired goals, and definitely they will not able to achieve their goals. Employees' goals are not clearly stated, that leads to loss of the concern. Then the organization cannot able to achieve their desired goal. And second one is planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. Planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. Uncertainty, it is not a certainty. We are not expecting. So planning reduces the risk. So risk will come. Every business organization have risk, depends upon its size. Planning is an activity which enables the manager to look ahead and anticipate changes. So planning is an activity. It is a kind of activity. And before we have discussed about it, planning is a process. It's a thinking process. So now planning is an activity which enables manager to look ahead and anticipate changes by deciding in advance. So these kind of risks may come, these kind of changes may come. So depends upon these changes, we can anticipate like this. So manager will take further steps about the future occurring activities. The task to be performed. Planning shows the way to deal with changes. Planning shows the way to deal with changes and uncertain events. Changes or events cannot be eliminated, definitely. Changes or events, no one can eliminate. So because changes may be like political changes. Already we have discussed in our previous lesson about environment, business environment, technological environment, political environment, isn't it? So likewise, people, traditional, socio-cultural environment. So different kinds of environment we have discussed. So it depends upon that changes will occur in the business. But already if that manager well known about that changes, he can anticipate, depends upon the changes, isn't it? Can be anticipated, and managerial responses to them can be developed. So planning, if pre-planned, these kind of hurdles will come in the future to run the business. If manager knows already, he can overcome the problem, he can overcome the risks, isn't it? So this topic says planning reduces the risk and uncertainty. Even the changes comes, how to anticipate it, and manager can think ahead. Planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. So which is reducing that overlapping and wasteful activities? Planning. Planning serves as the basis of coordinating the activities and the efforts of different divisions. Divisions are there. If you take any company, any organizations, R&D department will be there. R&D department, production department, sales department, marketing department, isn't it? and financing department. Likewise, departmental wise it is splitted. So divisions wise, these and all separate divisions. So when they are achieving their target separately, when we are coordinating these all the departments or divisions, that is organization goal is achieved. When this separate goal is achieved, collectively that organizational goal is achieved, isn't it? Different divisions. So here coordination will be there. All the departments are coordinating. All the departments are working towards to achieve organizational goal. Departments and individuals, it helps in that divisions, departmental and individuals, they have clearly stated everything and they did their work. It helps in avoiding confusion. No confusion will arise and misunderstanding, because they are guiding, supervisor is guiding all the employees, departmental manager is guiding their additional manager and supervisors. So guiding will be there, so misunderstanding will not come. Since planning ensures clarity in thought and action. So they have already prescribed, this is our goal, ambition of our organization and everything. It is clearly stated. Work is carried on smoothly without interruption. So work will be going without any interruption. It will be smoothly they will do their work. Unless and redundant activities are minimized or eliminated. So definitely that useless and redundant, unnecessary activities will be eliminated or minimized, because they have already planned everything. If they didn't plan, unplanned activity means it will not come. There is no coordination will not be there in the departments, and that particular target is not clearly stated to all the employees and departments. So nothing will be achieved, and the organization finally will gone out. They cannot sustain in the market. Then they will not profit making company. Definitely it suffer losses. And useless and redundant activities are minimized or eliminated. It is easier to detect ineffectiveness. So if we detect ineffectiveness in an organization, definitely it leads to effectiveness will be in an organization. So the organization will be effective and efficiency with the help of this planning. And take corrective measures if any deviations, if any changes, or if any problems, we can take corrective actions with the help of this planning. See, when companies there, they have planned already, then they have organized all the activities, and clearly it is directing by the directing department, and everything is going very good manner, and we are appointing staffing, and after appointing staffing, directing action will be going, and controlling. This controlling department will see what are the deviations in the organization. If any deviations in the plan in previous year, that will find out by the controlling department, then we will take corrective measures for the deviations. Then again that kind of deviations will not occur in the business. So we have planned and we organized all the activities, we appointed staff, and we are directing all the activities is going in the business. Then finally we are controlling, we are watching this all those things, how it is going on, and we comes to know some mistakes in plan. So the next year the same mistakes will not occur, because we have taken corrective action, isn't it? So likewise, if we have planned continuously, and if our plan is very clear and already stated very well, and it leads to reduce overlapping and wasteful activities. So overlap activities, we are not going to do that so many activities, unnecessary activities, isn't it? And wasteful activities will be eliminated. So worthful activities will be there, and inefficiency is eliminated. So efficiency will be there. This leads to great success of an organization. Planning promote innovative ideas. Planning promote innovative ideas. See, these innovative ideas is promoting by planning, because already we well known about our target and what we are going to do. Already we have predicted our business and everything. So how we can implement the innovative ideas in our business, we comes to know with the help of this planning. Since planning is the first function of management, yes, of course, it is the first function of management. New ideas can take shape of concentrate plan. When we are planning, that time so many ideas will come. So when we are identifying and implementing that innovative ideas, our business will wonder in the future with the competitors, isn't it? Concentrate plans. It is most challenging activity. Which one is that? In promoting innovative idea is most challenging activity. Why it is most challenging activity, and why the developing countries and poor countries are not implementing that innovative ideas? We are imitating till today that richest countries and successful technologies. Why it is? We are having most population in the world, second largest population in the world. So many people are here, and very innovative people are in India. But why they are migrating from India to richest nation? Why we are always being imitative nation, but we are following only successful technology? We are imitating from other countries. Why it is happening? Because of that unplanned activities, and we are not planning like richest countries. This also one of the reason, isn't it? So very well planned activity is equal to half success, isn't it? So it's the most challenging activity. Which one is? Innovative entrepreneur. So if it is the richest nation, they are having innovative entrepreneurs. And if you are having that developing nation, like our India, we are imitating their technology, so imitative entrepreneurs. So some poor countries, they are drone or fab-in entrepreneurs. So imitative entrepreneurs we are having. When we becomes to innovative and entrepreneurs and business technologies and business ideas and everything, we lead the world. So now you know our Reliance company's chief, who is that? Mukesh Ambani. He is the ninth richest man in the world. Today's news. So with the help of his innovation, creativity, isn't it? Challenging activity for the management as it guides all future actions leading to growth and prosperity of the business. Yes, it leads to prosperity of the business, and definitely it will make demand in the market. See, you take that Mukesh Ambani, what he did before 4G comes. We addicted only in 3G, but he implemented 4G free technology for all around India, all over India. What we people did? Immediately we bought mobile, which mobile supports 4G technologies, isn't it? So very few companies only that time offered 4G technologies, that is from other countries, especially Chinese countries mobile is accepted that 4G technology. And he had another plan also. He introduced a mobile, Geo mobile, and now fiber technology. He is being as an innovative entrepreneur in India, so he is being a successful one. His business is prosperity, and he is leading in growth. So he is the 9th richest man in the world. But before and all, he was in 20, 30 something. But he came to 9th position because of his innovative ideas. So planning promotes innovative ideas. So which are the companies are having planning team, and especially very well planning activities is equal to half success like this. If they are having very good planning committee, that leads to great success of an organization. Planning facilitates decision making. Planning helps the manager to look into the future and make choice from amongst various alternative course of action, isn't it? The manager has to evaluate each alternative and select the most viable proposal. Planning involves setting targets and predicting future conditions, isn't it? So these all the items are included in process of planning. What is process of planning? Setting an objective, developing premises, identifying alternative course of action, and evaluating alternative course of action. The next step, selecting an alternative, implementing the plan, follow up an action. It is that process of planning. So how it is relating to the process of planning? Let's discuss. Planning helps the manager to look into the future, what's going to happen in the future, and make choice from the amongst various alternative course of action. So for example, you are having money in your hand near about 10 lakh rupees. So you are identifying. So you are the manager, and you are going to take decisions for your business, and you are searching in the market what kind of shops we can start. Whether computer center, else on vegetable market, vegetable shops, else petty shop, else tea shop, and different alternative course of action is there. So which business will get higher return with the investment of smallest one? If you invest 1 lakh rupees, that have to give within a month 2 lakh, 3 lakh. like this. So you are identifying alternative course of action, what are the shops we can start and what are the investments we can do, whether we can start shops or we can invest on banks or on share market and whatever it is. So you are thinking a lot about it. So you are identifying alternative course of action. Then after identify this alternative course of action, evaluating each and every alternative. By chance, if you are, you have decided to to start a shop in the market, like a petty shop, else a vegetable shop, or tea shop, whatever it is, and you are evaluating alternative course of action. In this, you have selected these three: petty shop, tea shop, and vegetable shop. So in these three shops, which shop will give higher return? So you are evaluating each and everything. This alternative course of action. After selected that alternative course of action, you are evaluating all the alternative course of action, and you are selecting the best one which is giving higher returns and minimized expenses. Minimized expenses and minimized capital and minimized input but higher returns. You are selecting that one. That selected one you are going to implement in the business. After implemented, you are going to follow. See, the same only they have given here. He is identifying alternative course of action. The manager has to evaluate each and every alternative and select the best one, most viable proportion, which is giving higher returns. Then after selected one, planning involves setting targets. So we have set the targets, which means we are going to follow up an action. And predicting future conditions. So what it will be, how it will be in the future, where competitors will come, how to attract more consumers, and how to be as a monopoly in the market. So everything will be think about the manager and he will implement. So planning facilitates decision making. So each and everything is involved decisions. So these are the steps to take decisions for a great manager in the business. Planning establishes standards for controlling. Planning involves setting of goals. The entire managerial process is concerned with accomplishing predetermined goals. So entire managerial process is concerned with accomplishing predetermined goals. Already we predetermined the goals and actions what we have to do and everything. Planning involves setting of goals. Yes, of course. So in planning, what's the main theme of planning? We are going to set the goals. Though planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. So these are all the functions of management. Planning involves the goals or standards against which actual performance is measured. So actually some performance, what kind of performance is going on at present? Whether as per the plan we are going or not. Whether if we go as such what we are doing at present, whether we can attain our predetermined goal or not. By comparing actual performance with some standard. So already predetermined before we are having. For example, you need to reach 100 kilometer within 1 hour. Within 1 hour, you need to reach 100 kilometer, but you are having a bike. So 1 hour you are having time, but you have to reach 100 kilometers. If you ride your bike for 100 kilometer, you can reach within 1 hour. But if you fail to ride your bike on 100 kilometers, you are riding only 80 kilometers or 70 kilometers, definitely you cannot reach. Time consume. The time consumption will be more. So by chance if you are going 120 kilometers or 130 kilometers, then you are coming to 110 kilometers, 100 kilometers like this, definitely you can reach within that time, else on time you can complete the target. Isn't it? So the same only here, that actual performance is measured. Now what performance is going? Now in which speed you are going? You are going only 80 kilometers per hour, and your attained target is, the predetermined target is 100 kilometers. But as per to achieve the target, at least you have to go by 100 kilometers. But some speed breaks will come. Sometimes you have to cut and overlap something. So to do that, you will reduce your speed. So at least you have to go for 120 or 110 kilometers. Isn't it? I didn't encourage you to go for 100 and above kilometers in your bike. For the example only I am saying. So I hope you understood. Isn't it? So predetermined and actual. What is actual performance and what is standard performance? Whether we are going as per the standard performance, will we overcome or not? Or else we will attain the target or not? So everything we are doing. By chance, if our actual performance is not good to compare with standard performance, we will take some action. Let's discuss one by one. Planning provides the goals or standards against which actual performance is measured, what performance is going on, by comparing with actual performance with the standard performance. Managers can know whether they have actually been able to attain the goals. Yes, all the managers definitely they know whether we can able to attain that targeted goals or not, everything, isn't it? And targeted goals, if there is a deviation, look, if any deviations in it, managers can know whether they can actually able to attain their target or not and everything. If any deviations in it, how we are going to overcome it? It can be corrected. The deviations will be corrected by the successful manager. Therefore, we can say that, what we can say? Therefore, we can say that planning is a prerequisite for controlling. Yes, planning is a prerequisite for controlling. If there were no deviation, if there were no goals, serious, you did not fix any goals, but you have no standard performance, but you did not measure about your actual performance, whatever it is, it leads to great loss of our organization. Part of controlling would not be possible. So controlling cannot do their activity successfully because planning is incorrect. If you have planned in good manner, that leads to great controlling. Even if any deviations also will be controlled by this controlling department. See, very well planned activity, we are having standard performance and we are measuring about actual performance, isn't it? That actual performance is not up to the level of standard performance. In this stage, with the help of this controlling, we will control and we can take corrective action against deviations, isn't it? Then, but if you did not plan very well, what will happen? You cannot control. Even you are having controlling measures in good manner, you did not plan anything. What will happen? It leads to loss of the organization. Because it depends upon the extent of deviations from the stand. Therefore, planning provides basis of control. So, planning provides basis of control. I hope you understand these all are importance of planning. Thank you.